Seattle Kraken had 60 points in their inaugural season, were 15th in the conference. They're only 75-1 to win the cup this year. That number seems suspiciously low for a second-year team. New faces in town: Andre Burakovsky, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Justin Schultz, Martin Jones, and if Shane Wright sticks in camp, him as well. They lost Riley Shane from last year. It seemed like last year, guys, nobody knew what the Kraken were thinking the way Ron Francis constructed the team. He brought in Hackstall as a coach, but at least they brought in some offensive punch this year with Burakovsky, and Bjorkstrand. Of course, Matty Beniers, his first, 9 or 10 games last year, he looked like an NHL-ready guy. He played the other night. I think he had 2 goals the other night. He looks like he's going to jump right into this lineup. They're another team probably hoping to hit the Bedard lottery as well. Like I said, 75-1 odds. Yeah, it seemed wicked low. They should be better this year, but how much better? Merles, we'll go to you first on this one. Seattle, how much better are they actually going to be?
Yeah, I think they're going to be a lot better. That just those players you mentioned are all better than anybody they had last year. Burakovsky, Bjorkstrand, and Berniers. Wait, was that 3 Bs? 3 Bs, yeah. So that's put them all in a line, and they're going to be a lot better than last year. But yeah, they're still a long way to go.
Did you mean Beniers?
Beniers, yeah.
Beniers?
Is that how you say it?
Beniers? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
All right, you forgot their biggest acquisition this offseason. Was it
that new troll?
Oh,
troll. How do you say it? Boy?
Buoy. Like,
Biz,
what's up here, Buoy?
Biz, did you see the tweet? I think somebody tagged it was legit a combination of me and you with his ears and his snout. It's like, it actually, like, it made me laugh out loud. Although, quickly, not the funniest tweet I read this past week, which was, I don't know who sent it. Under the NFL protocol, they'd put JFK back in the parade. After the two of both.
Oh my!
Sorry to get away from Seattle.
No.
They stink. But
Right.
Awesome hockey market we saw last year. We saw those fans come out in droves. And Merles, they are better. They are better. They can't really be much worse. I think they were the 3rd worst team in the league. They were horrific. But RA said all year their goaltending was trash. I think now it's Grubauer and Martin Jones. So if they can get some stability in net and get the 3 Bs to start ripping it up and get a little bit more mojo within the team, I could see them improving, but they're nowhere near the playoffs. And they probably don't even want to be near the playoffs yet. Like, if you ask Ron Francis, I know that sounds crazy. Yes, he's going to say I want to make the playoffs, but ideally they get a couple very high picks for the next 2 to 3 years. Shane Wright, a couple more like that. Like, they got lucky. They got 4th overall, ended up getting Shane Wright there. So things are looking up, but there's no success to be had quite yet.
No, Ron, you said it. Ron Francis, when he did the expansion draft, he was looking for sustained relevancy. He saw the draft crop coming in. They're going to be going for Bedard. No questions asked. They're going to be going for Bedard. They're going to be a bottom feeder this year, but that was the goal coming in. There was plenty of guys they left on the table. Tarasenko's a name just off the top of my head they didn't end up picking up. They thought they solidified their goaltending in Grubauer. He was not great at the start of the year last year. I think that he's going to have a bounce back season, but and they got some great pieces for moving forward, and they would definitely be more competitive. I mean, how could you not be? But yeah, this is the goal. This is the plan all along. And they got some young studs in this pipeline. And if it wasn't for the Coyotes, I would say they would get Bedard, but we all know that he's coming to the desert. So suck on that. And the mascot, what are we giving this mascot rating?
I don't know. Let me give the folks a little background. A Seattle sea troll, he's described as Biz, not to be confused with Twitter, which is your standard fucking internet troll. Bowie is the nephew of the Fremont troll. I guess in Seattle, there's the Aurora Bridge. There's an 18-foot high, 13,000-pound concrete troll that's just like an art presentation, I guess they built years ago. And he's supposedly the nephew of the Fremont troll. He's got an anchor in his earring. He spits a single chiclet as well. He has a removable tooth like a couple of you guys do. Legend has it that he once jammed with Mudhoney at the Crocodile. Mudhoney fans of the Chiclets.
What does that mean? You jammed him?
Like rock and roll. Like
Mudhoney.
Mudhoney's the group that the lead singer that I met at the Black Rose, and I didn't know it was him. And then he led a chant saying, "Fuck you, RA."
I thought you said Mudhuddy. Like Huddy.
Mudhoney. Like that's.
I mean, if the goal is making the ugliest mascot of all time, I mean, they accomplished it. So I'm not crazy about it. I'm sure we're gonna have a couple run-ins now that I said that. I'd like to see Gritty pound his face in, to be quite frank.
I still think Gritty's uglier.
I know, but it's like that ugly cute, like a pug or something.
It's Philly. It's ugly trash.
Yeah.
cigarette butts in his beard and shit.
When I seen it, Biz, I was just like, it's like, it looks like one of those old troll dolls a little bit, like kind of like mashed with Wally the Green Monster from Boston. It's just, I don't know. It's supposed to be for kids, but it doesn't look like the most kid friendly.
I mean, I feel like they've gotten J.K. Rowling's to just write all these like crazy things for like how they were going to like, release the name and the sea monster. Now they got this mascot and everything's got to be this like wild, crazy story. But I mean, A for effort, but not my cup of tea.
And the fans are like, just get us a W, please.
They got those stupid octopus heads for the fans. I had one of them going at me online. I'll dig that up and start chirping him.
You had one of them on your head during your draft picture.
I did.
So this leaves the Rangers as the only team without a mascot in the NHL. And I don't imagine it's going to change knowing the Rangers. And how about this, Biz? This come over the Twitter the other day. The Denver Nuggets mascot, Rocky, says he makes $625,000 a year. And the average mascot makes $60,000. And I tried to find the article. It was behind a paywall. I guess this guy must get a lot of side gigs, or like they must hire him out to do all these like local things, because $625,000. That's
gotta be fake. There's no way this guy's pulling in $600.
I sent the link in the Denver Nuggets mascot Rocky, $625,000.
All right. You got to blog that. That's blog worthy right there. And I saw you did a blog today, so good job on that. But
well, I mean,
that's amazing.
What's the girl from the U.S. soccer team who went to Congress about equal pay? Why aren't these other mascots making $600,000? They should be.
They're in a crack house.
If there's
at the rink.
If there's one guy on this podcast who can vouch for mascots and why they should make $600,000, for all of you people who haven't seen the Biz does the Coast series. Whit came down when we were in Orlando when we did Pink Whitney night. He was kind enough to throw on the mascot outfit and have a little bit of fun. He almost lost his life.
Yeah, I barely made it out of that suit. So you're right, Biz. I should be right on. By the way, where would I be on the ugliest mascot list? That I don't even want to know. But I actually am on the side of every other mascot getting big bumps in pay. But if all the mascots are making $60,000 and this guy says he's making $625,000, there's just something completely incorrect there. Either he's lying or all the mascots make way more. But I'm way more bound to believe that $60,000 is the average salary for a 41 game per year job in a cartoon suit.
Hey, so I've met a few of the NHL mascots. I think it's a little bit of a catty industry too. Like
remember the guy?
It's very cliquey.
We had an issue with one, didn't we? Where they were upset at you for telling a story or something. Remember that?
Yeah, we don't need to go into it. I don't want to be getting attacked by these mascots.
Yeah, they're like bike riders on Twitter who just like band together to scream at people online if you call them out for driving their bikes around like assholes.
Can we round table right now about just quickly, what should the Rangers mascot be if they had one? I would imagine that they're traditional and they're never going to get a mascot if they haven't done it already. What would you say should be their mascot?
Glenny Balls.
Pizza rat. Fucking big rat that fucking piece of pizza out of his mouth. Very emblematic of New York City.
You mean Splinter?
Ooh, Master
Ninja
Splinter,
Turtles?
Yeah.
I don't think you can have one.
Yeah.
I actually love that they don't have one.
What is even the range? What is a ranger when they're called that?
It's a good.
I don't anybody even know.
Yeah, that's a good question. Now going back to Rocky, this happened. I don't know if it was the current person who's in the suit, but like 10 years ago, remember they were lowering him from the ceiling. I mean, he had passed out. So when they lowered him down, it was just a passed out mascot. The Rocky, the mascot, he was just total luggage. So they're dropping him down instead of like being all excited and getting the crowd pumped. He just like literally slumps to the floor. They have to unhook him. He probably fainted. Whit can attest to how hot
they're like wheel him back up, up.
I got a buddy. I got to shout out Mike Higgins. Me and him used to get kind of stoned and watch bloopers of mascots. And I'm telling you, it was the hardest I've ever laughed. Tears running down my cheek watching some of these mascots fumble fuck over their feet. I remember that one. All right. Passing out in the line. It's just, I mean, the guy who didn't he get caught in the hoop that was on fire? I mean, there's just so many of them. It's amazing to watch. I'm going to YouTube it tonight.
Okay.
Just YouTube mascot bloopers and turn your day right around.
Rocky passed out might be the friggin' funniest.